Hey folks, welcome to DocTalk. Thanks for joining us today on the show. We're up here at Washington, Kansas at Bekemeyer Enterprises. We're going to have a great day. We're going to talk about bud boxes, cattle handling, cattle feeding, and much more. Stay tuned after these messages. It's going to be great.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
Hey folks, welcome to DocTalk. Dr. Dan Thomson here, and we're up at Washington, Kansas with Greg and Eric Bekemeyer here at Bekemeyer Enterprises, and we're talking about facilities, cattle feeding, many different things that y'all enjoy on the show. But Greg, let's start out with you. Can you give me a little bit of rundown about your facility? It's a family business. Been around this part of the country quite a while, hadn't you?
Yes, I guess in a smaller way, I think it's been about 15 years ago, we expanded the operation to do more commercial feeding and added some new things and more bunk lines and facilities. So it's, kind of taken off from there. Most of it is, like you say, done by family, and everybody has, kind of their own input and, has their own area of what you'd say jurisdiction and so forth. So,
yep.
But then we try to incorporate some new things and, kind of learn as we go. So,
what all does your operation encompass? You have crops, you have cattle feeding,
crops, transportation, and livestock feeding. With probably more emphasis on the cattle feeding and crops. So that's kind of been the probably the mainstay or more of the direction that we've gone for the past 10, 15 years. So.
You bet. Well, and y'all use a pretty good vet up here, Dr. Wade Taylor, and the PAC group, and cattle handling and low stress cattle handling has been something that y'all have had on your mind ever since you started, and something that you guys practice on a day-to-day basis, right?
We try to, and I guess being a little older than the other guys, sometimes it gets a little harder to break some of your bad habits, but I guess we've kind of leaned on Dr. Taylor and some of the things that Eric has learned in college and through his education at Kansas State to try to improve on that and update some of our poor ways. I guess some of the facility changes hopefully mirror that. So we're trying to get better at what we do.
Well, if you think it's poor ways, he's pulling your leg. When I've been up here, Eric, Greg, Jay, the whole crew has just done a phenomenal job of how you handle the cattle, how you handle the cattle that are owned by your customers. I mean, that's the thing is y'all are taking care of other people's cattle, and it really shows. And there's a reason why we're up here, is to show the good ways and what you're doing. And Eric, obviously I had some run-ins down there at K-State with him and in the classroom and different things like that. And I think you were in one of my first feedlot classes.
I think it was the first one. The first one. Maiden voyage.
Yeah.
So teaching methods were a little shaky, but
we're working on that. Well, guys, we appreciate y'all letting us come up here, understand cattle handling, and we're going to get into the bud box here. But thanks for all you do for the industry. Thanks for letting us at K-State come up and interrupt your day and bring people around. But thanks most of all for being a great example for the beef industry. Folks, we're at Bekemeyer Enterprises outside of Washington, Kansas. I'm here with Greg and Eric Bekemeyer. When we come back, we're going to jump in that bud box and take a look. Thanks for joining us.
SureCrop Fertilizers was started by my father, Don Sherman, and my mother, Shirley Sherman. Family business that started in the 80s. We predominantly focus on plant nutrients and what we can do to give growers better responses with the fertilizer dollars that they do, and what we can do to make those things work better for the grower. We're based out of Seneca, Kansas. We work with growers in their soil analysis to figure out what they need, and then we can put those in a blend that gives them the best results, and so that we can deliver that direct to their farm so that they have those nutrients where they need them, when they need them, and so that they can apply them in a manner that's very efficient to them and works well in their planting systems and what they're doing. Sure Crop Fertilizers has been around for a long time. We always say we're big enough to take care of everything you need, but we're small enough to do it quickly. You can get a hold of us at 1-800-635-4743. Our website is surecropfertilizers.com, and you can always email me at Corey@surecropfertilizers.com, and with any questions you have, and we're glad to answer and work with you.
This segment brought to you by Santa Fe Trail Meats in Overbrook. Visit us online at sftmeats.com.
Well, guys, we're in the bud box, and y'all have taken the initiative to build this run up and build this bud box, and kind of go through with me, Eric, what were some of the principles that y'all, when you're building that bud box, that you incorporated?
Well, I mean, our old system, it was more of a tub situation, and it always seemed like to get cattle in it, you were forcing them. So we really wanted to use the natural flow of the cattle, take them where they want to go, use their flow better to work through the system.
Yeah, and I think that, when we talk about it, you run them up there, and that instinct, you guys have seen it, whether it's a horse or a cow, they always want to go back the direction they came, and so you're using that general principle here in the bud box. But how did you come up with the dimensions and things like that for this?
Well, we really tried to use just what we had and form it into the facility the best we could. But as far as the dimensions, it'd be 12 foot wide by 20 foot long, which is the recommended bud box. That's kind of what we went off of, that you and Dr. Tom and Dr. Wade talk about. So.
Yep. What have been the positives? What have been the, when y'all are working cattle, what have you seen as far as flow compared to the tub and different things to that nature?
Well, it's definitely a lot easier bringing cattle up. They want to come back because we bring them in that door back there, bringing them into the system. So they always want to go back that way initially. But then when they see that gate's there, they turn back.
All right,
through,
so you guys just kind of show me then what this couldn't be much simpler design, could it?
Pretty simple and low cost in the big scheme of things. So.
Yep. So show me then, let's just talk in general. If cattle are coming up, you're going to bring them in here, you're going to do what?
So the cattle come up, and then we'll take this gate here. Then the handler will be where you're standing.
Yep. Go ahead.
The cattle will go up to there, and then once you shut it, they're looking and coming back already. So then you walk up here and put pressure on them back into the alleyway.
So Eric, when we're talking about the bud box and obviously the design that's put on there, you also put a kind of a gate for the wild ones, right?
Yep, we put that in there mainly for safety of the handler, because you always will have one that's a little crazy that you don't want to necessarily be in the bud box with, or if you don't feel comfortable being in the bud box, you can always go behind it through this walk-through gate and be in a good position here to still apply pressure and be in a safe spot. So.
Oh yeah, and then that comes and shuts all the way up against.
Slam latch there to get the calf to flow through.
That's a good idea. I like that. Gotcha. Well, let's kind of take a look here. It'd be kind of neat to show a principle of what a cow would see and some of the things that we would notice. But appreciate y'all letting us come up here. We're going to run some cattle through the facility. We're going to do some things with the gimbal, and we're going to show you what it looks like up here at Bekemeyer Enterprises with this new bud box.
This segment brought to you by the Arab Shrine Circus, coming to the Kansas Expo Center February 15th through the 18th. For ticket information, visit ArabShrineCircus.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, it's Shrine Circus time! Enjoy a weekend of thrills, chills, and tons of fun at the Kansas Expo Center February 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. See lions and tigers, elephants, high-flying trapeze artists, and watch a man shot out of a cannon. And Johnny Rocket, everyone's favorite, is back! For more information, visit ArabShrineCircus.com and be sure to thank our corporate sponsor, Security Benefit, the Arab Shrine Circus. Don't you dare miss it!
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
What does a brighter, more sustainable future look like in our cities and towns? And how do we get there? When New York needed an alternative fuel source to reduce carbon emissions, the city found what it needed in biodiesel made from U.S. soybean oil.
Did you know long-range planning through the checkoff can help keep your business profitable? To successfully pass on cattle operations from one generation to the next, it's important to promote beef and keep farms and ranches profitable. Your beef checkoff helps do that.
We are Mike and
Martha
Armitage here at the A-Bar Ranch, Claremore, Oklahoma. We have a cow-calf production company, and we also have a marketing company. We have entertained groups brought to us by the Beef Checkoff, such as South Korean media that covered our operation and brought the good news back to South Korea.
That was a really neat experience, and that we got to have young people from another country that we got to experience a lot of different things in their culture, but got to share our culture too.
We live on the Squaw Creek Ranch. Here is a division of the A-Bar Ranch.
As a wife and a mother, and also with my background in more of a health field, I look at just the nutritional value, and it's great that the Beef Checkoff offers that kind of information to the consumers that are out there.
We both are proud to come from agricultural, more specifically ranching backgrounds.
My dad is a part of the Beef Checkoff board, and so the Beef Checkoff has been something that we promote and that we support what it has to offer.
Not everybody who's in agriculture is tech savvy on Facebook and through social media. Most people in the city happen to be, and they are very disconnected from our day-to-day routines, and that's one thing that makes me proud of the Beef Checkoff, them going to bat for us, from those who aren't necessarily anti-ag, but just simply don't know and they aren't getting the information.
As producers, we're strong supporters of that and hope that many of you out there realize all of the different things that the Beef Checkoff brings to the table for us as producers.
BootDaddy.com proudly supports Equifest of Kansas, Kansas's premier all-breed horse fair and exposition, presented by the Kansas Horse Council. Equifest of Kansas brings the nation's leading equine clinicians and entertainers to the Topeka Expo Center. Enjoy 3 full days of education, entertainment, and shopping, including the Jumper Classic, breed exhibition, top horse versatility competition, ranch rodeo, and more. It's an event for the whole family. For more information or to buy tickets, visit equifestofks.com.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source. Together we grow.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Hey folks, welcome back to Doc Talk. Dr. Dan up here in my bird's perch. We're going to work some cattle here through the bud box. We got Eric bringing some calves up. We've got Greg and Jay back here on the chute, and we're going to see how this bud box works and show you kind of what cattle look like when they go through the facility. So Eric, go ahead and bring some, and I'll try to talk a little bit but not so much to spook the cattle as they come. He's going to bring them up, and as he brings them up, He'll come and shut the gate. And there's always that one. And then he has his side gate if need be. And move those animals right through the facility. Good job, Eric. He's going to bring up a couple more here. You can see what, generally speaking, these cattle will come in, they will come their former direction, and then move back towards the way that they came. And then they make a circle, natural circle around Eric there in the bud box. Folks, don't try this at home, but today I'm going to be the calf walking here with this gimbal, and I'm going to show you exactly what a calf sees when it goes into the bud box and then goes into the snake. So anyway, this is a test. This is a new piece of newfangled equipment, and it does a pretty good job. But anyway, watch this.
Healthy cows start with the new hired hand automatic livestock sprayer. Rancher invented to provide an efficient alternative to pour-on and injectable parasite management systems. The portable design allows cattle to treat themselves head to hoof. Strategic device placement with pass-through activation technology takes the stress out of parasite treatment for cattle and the rancher, leaving more time to tend to other vital tasks on the farm. To learn more, visit cowsprayer.com. The new hired hand makes healthy cows easy.
Hi, I'm Randy.
And I'm Paul from PFI.
We would like to personally invite you to stop by PFI, home of Boot Daddies.
PFI is America's Western store, covering over 50,000 square feet.
Over 25,000 boots.
Visit Saddle City with the largest selection of saddles and tack anywhere.
A huge selection of hats at Big Spur Hat Company in PFI Town.
And choose from the best brands of clothing and accessories for the entire family.
PFI, located on Highway 65 at the Battlefield exit in Springfield. And I'm not kidding.
I'm Rexanne Struve, veterinarian in Western Iowa. I have a veterinary clinic and started doing stem cell therapy on dogs in August of 2014. And after the first 2 dogs, after 3 weeks, I saw such dramatic results. I said, hey, I have arthritis. I have joints, really need this help. Where can I go to get this done? I had stem cell therapy done in November of 2014 on my finger joints, my hip, and the ball of my left foot, all of which I'd had real severe problems with. Saw a pretty dramatic improvement in a short amount of time. I would certainly recommend that somebody don't wait until I'm in the position that I was in with the damage already done to my joints. I encourage veterinarians to use it for their animals, and I encourage anybody who sees this video, if you have need, get in contact with these people because this is a phenomenal place to have this done.
The BQA Tip of the Day, sponsored by Beringer Engelheim Vetmedica, Inc.
This is Shane Terrell with Production Animal Consultation, here with today's BQA Tip of the Day. Today I'd like to talk about the proper use of loaders. If we only have one loader on the facility, we need to make sure that we differentiate our loaders in feed commodities and those used to help clean the pens. If we're only using a single loader, make sure that we wash this loader in between use when we're going out in those pens, cleaning pens, hauling mortalities, etc.
If we have 2 loaders, designate a single loader for use in the feed, within the feed commodities, or using with feed commodities versus the one used to help clean the pen.
We do business with Blueville because of the quality of their work. It is excellent quality, and because they make a commitment to their customers.
We enjoy the benefits of hiring a good company to help us maintain this home.
We will always do business with Blueville. We have for many, many years, and there's no reason for us to look for any other service.
No matter where, no matter why, the Veterinary Health Center at Kansas State University is committed to providing quality patient care to animals and exceptional customer service to their owners. From routine checkups to emergency and specialty care, our world-renowned specialists and experienced professionals are here to discover, to teach, and to heal.
Let us know.
How can I help?
How can we help?
This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook or Twitter.
Hey there, welcome back to Doc Talk. We've had a great day here, guys. This has been awesome. Thanks so much. I know that there's a lot of times when we have a project, me or Apley, or have something, and y'all have been so good to work with us on different things, and just want you to know how much we appreciate the relationship and partnership with Bekemeyer Enterprises. Y'all do a great job.
We appreciate the knowledge we get from you guys too. So.
Well, we try, and sometimes our bright ideas aren't so bright, but in that way it is with everything.
It sure looked like they would have worked.
On paper, they were great. But, you know, what y'all have done here with your facilities, you know, one thing we didn't talk about was Bud Williams himself, you know, the kind of the father of the Bud box. And years ago, he designed that Bud box and in place of the tub system. And you know, I think he'd be very, very proud of the job that y'all have done here in replicating his work and carrying it forward. And I think there'll be a lot of people that watch our show that are going to do that as well. What are some of the thoughts that you guys have as far as the industry and cattle handling and beef quality assurance and all that as people move forward?
Well, the only thing I guess I would like to add is it takes good employees and people that care. You know, whether it's it goes all the way from your vet consultant to your nutritionist to the people that walk the cattle and run your feed trucks. That's probably if you don't have good people that mind their business, it can be a real long road to hoe. So.
Yep.
I'd just like to add that. It's probably one of the best investments you can make, good handling of cattle. You see it in the cattle. The people are happier working the cattle. It doesn't cost you anything. I mean, you can do some easy design changes and be way better off for not a lot of money. So
it's amazing what it probably costs us if we don't do it.
That's right. Yeah.
One thing, if somebody out there is watching this that's going to put in a system that it's just a simple rule of thumb, but if they sit down to draw something out on paper, I would draw however they want it, however they like it out, and then put the shed over it. So many people, I think, and it's my own experience, you try to constrain yourself into a pre-existing shed or a small shed that you're not happy with, and that can kind of hurt you in the long run. So I think it's kind of simple, but it does help.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. And build it on the ground and then put the shed around it, and then it's going to fit and going to flow. And well, gentlemen, thank you so much. Thanks for all you do. Let's do another great show here on Doc Talk. Thanks to Eric and Greg Bekemeyer here at Bekemeyer Enterprises outside of Washington, Kansas. Thanks for watching Doc Talk. Remember, if you want to learn more about what we do here at Doc Talk, you can find us on the web at www.doctalktv.com. Always work with your local veterinarian. Thanks for watching us today. I'm Dr. Dan Thomson from Kansas State University, and we'll see you down the road.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.